Egi puts it away. Quiet crowd again, Chris. They appreciate the good play, but they're really not pulling either way except for our faithful from the islands.
That's right, and there are about 50 of them here. And they do cheer loudly for Hawaii every time, and Stanford has about 12 or 13 people here.
Stanford, a big mistake there. Wendy Rush trying to set it up. Reno not knowing which way to go. Falls over her, and we're tied at 9. There's the Hawaii crowd. Ball set up. Reno, this time she puts it away.
There's a sign of an All-American. She's not going to give up, even though Hawaii has come back from a 9-4 deficit. This Stanford team is too well coached by Don Shaw and Ruben Nieves. They've done a great job this year. I'm sure that they have told these girls, do not stop until the last point has been played. These girls will battle and fight all the way.
Teresa Smith and Ahuna go up to the net at the same time. And I think they're going to, it looks like they're giving the point to Stanford, although it seemed to me that it hit Ahuna, went off of Teresa Smith.
Who'd you see it go off of? Hawaii? Come off Stanford. Came off Stanford? Okay, my fault. So out.
That's what I thought. It did hit Ahuna and Smith turned around and discussed, because when it came off of Teresa Smith, it landed out of bounds.
That's right, and Stanford knew that was a good call. They were back in the serve receive position. Don Shaw wants to double check now and make sure that his team is in the proper rotation. A lot of times when you get a controversial play like that, you rotate inadvertently and have the wrong server going back the next time.
Also, the scoreboard being fixed. They had given Stanford the point. They now take it off. We are still deadlocked at 9. Hawaii 6 points away from a crown. Good slam that time, but a great diving save by Jessie, and Sincerova can't make the play. Rainbow Wahines looking to hang another banner at Clum Gym. Or maybe use it to patch up any future leaks at Clum Gym. Who knows? Wendy Rush serving. T. Williams is blocked up front. See if that does anything for Stanford. Elenecki. Great defense by the Rainbow Wahines and by Stanford, and they get the point.
Excellent blocking that time by the Stanford front row. They got T. Williams once. They got Wahine Elenecki twice. Excellent play by the Stanford front wall.
Laura Olesen, one of the underclass women, doing a good job there. T. Williams, though, says not twice.
John, that's a great play by Martina Sincerova that time to go right back to T. Williams. Stanford might have figured that Martina would set back that time to Tita Ahuna because Williams had been stuffed and Elenecki had been stuffed. Martina fooled him, went right back to T. Williams, made a big difference.
And again, Stanford puts it back down. Olesen coming to the rising to the occasion. That time finds the opening deep in the backcourt. There you see Laura Olesen. She'll be back next year. Tita Ahuna, tough. Tita could not get down on that one, and Sincerova got down and couldn't get it up, and T. Williams couldn't do much with it, and Stanford pulls up 11-9.
It's one of Stanford's strategies to serve short to Tita's area here. Now they go deep to Suzanne Agee, mixing things up.
T. Williams off the blocker, and a diving effort that time, but Wendy Rush can't keep it alive. It's 9-11. Coach Shoji yelling instruction, they're going to have to wipe up the floor. You see they have brooms here to wipe up the floor, something we're going to have to get for Clum Gym next year. As you see Mahina Elenecki, and there's Coach Dave Shoji. The reason the coaches are wearing suits so you don't get upset about them not wearing Aloha shirts, that is what they wore in 82, 83 when the NCAA was trying to get a TV contract. They wanted people to look good. And since Hawaii won in 83, they thought it would be a good luck symbol. And that is why they're wearing the suits. Trust me, if they had their druthers, they'd be looking like me in a beautiful Aloha shirt. 11-9, back to serve now is Olesen. She's been effective up front. Let's see what she does in the back. Error that time by Elenecki. That would have been out, but great save. T. Williams keeps it alive, but too much. Again, T was probably so happy that Agee had saved that, she just tried to punch it over. Then punched it over too far. It's 12-9. Olesen. Ahuna. Sincerova. T. Bomb. I tell you, I don't ever want to see her upset at somebody on the court, because if she decides to go through somebody, they're going to have to be sweeping them up. Forget about the sweat.
She is so strong. And here comes Jamie Long from Aurora, Colorado.
First time we have seen Jamie in postseason play. As a matter of fact, in all our telecasts. I don't think Jamie's gotten in much. She comes in for T. And a big serve. What a serve by Long. She is a freshman. Blocked up front. Off of Sincerova. It'll be side out. Coach Shoji thought there was a couple of hits up there, but no. Verna Klubnikin says no.
What Dave Shoji was asking about there was the net violation he thought that Stanford had made.
Let's watch it again.
There goes the shot by Hayes. Watch the ball come up close to the net there, and Dave thought that Hayes had touched the net. Didn't look like it there. I'm really impressed with that serve, though, by Jamie Long. She had just ripped it. She hadn't played the whole postseason.
A nice long serve, if you will. There's no pressure there, right? Coming into the final two of your freshman year, and you get a chance to come into a game. She comes through, though. Jessie setting it up. Stanford trying to pull ahead 13-9. And they will as it tips off the blocker. And now the crowd's starting to get into it. There are some Stanford fans here, and Dave Shoji doesn't want them to get into it any further. And Stanford calls, or Hawaii calls timeout. We'll be back. Chris, game number 3. I think you and I at the hotel both picked Hawaii in 4. We're not real surprised. This Stanford team fighting for their lives. They've been here before. They want to go out with, get this monkey off their back. One last chance. That's
right, and Hawaii better take them seriously. This is a very good Stanford team led by Nancy Reno that last game. She's an All-American and showed why, and so was Wendy Rush. And Hawaii had better come out firing this game, get the T-bomb going, and get their act together, because this is a very, very good Stanford team.
Hawaii down to a .215 hitting percentage that last game, and as we've told you all season long, hitting percentage much like a batting average. Stanford hitting for a .281 percentage. So we'll keep an eye on that this game, as Hawaii possibly suffering that third game letdown a little bit. Stanford raising the level of their play. Nancy Reno coming back, and Wendy Rush doing some good setting. Game number 4. All set up front. Sincerova knocks it over. Rush.
John, that is a big, big play for Hawaii. An unfortunate one for Stanford, but a big play for Hawaii. They needed to get off to a good start here and not let Stanford continue its third game momentum here in game 4.
1-0. Hawaii leading. Ball smacked down. Good reflex save that time by Hayes. And side out for Stanford. These teams did not play last year. In '85, Stanford won both matches they played. Hawaii leads the all-time series over Stanford 12-3, including a 2-0 postseason edge. Of course, that 12-3, 2 of those games you saw right here on Channel 13 around Thanksgiving time. So these two teams know each other, and Stanford has beaten Hawaii. These seniors have beaten the Hawaii seniors. So there's no hurdle there. They've beaten them before. They beat them at Stanford a couple of years ago. It's 1-1. Nancy Reno way back to serve. Sincerova. Ahuna. Ball hit over. Chance for Hawaii. Sincerova sets up. Jessie. Blocks it down. Side out to Hawaii.
Smart hit that time by Diana Jessie, and Martina Sincerova, in my opinion, ought to be setting back more and test that Stanford block on that side of the court. Their block on the other side of the court on Stanford's right side is very strong.
Suzanne Egge puts it very high in the middle of the court. Up front, Elenecki off the blockers. Diving save by Stanford and a miss hit. A couple of players dove that time. You had Asper diving and you had Teresa Smith diving. Neither of them knew who was going to get it. They didn't want to smack into each other and just couldn't get it up high enough that time for Wendy Rush. Jessie goes deep with this serve. And Smith smacks it, does not go over that.
Ball hit the antenna that time, John. Hawaii gets the point. They lead 3-1. A fast start, imperative for the Rainbows in this game.
Hawaii gets too big a lead. You can be sure Coach Don Shaw will call a quick timeout. Sincerova, Ahuna, Egge. Blocked up front by Stanford. Good dig by Asper. Easy play for Sincerova. Ahuna, good set to Elenecki. Diving in the back is Hayes. Tipping it is Olsen, not what she really wanted. Ball hit deep and a good play. Nancy Reno lets it fall out. It's 1-3.
Stanford just persistent. They're relentless. They keep coming at you. They play great defense. They cover their hitters well. You can never stop till that ball hits the floor.
Long serve goes out. Wendy Rush serves it long and says to her team, all right, my fault, let's go.
Good idea that time by Rush, who trained with the national team one summer. 2 summers ago, she was with the national team down in San Diego. She's an experienced player.
Set up front, Asper hits it, goes out off the linesman who's standing out of bounds. Crowd tonight of 68,85, so our 2-night total between Thursday and Saturday, and I realize it's afternoon in Hawaii, but it is nighttime.